Hello everyone, my name is AnnickMagac. I am the author. Oops, that's my radar detector. That means that there's a police nearby and I am not going to get caught. Okay. My name is AnnickMagac. I am the author of Clear, How to Simplify Your Life and Live More Fearlessly. As of yesterday, an Amazon, #1 Amazon bestseller, which is really freaking awesome. And that was pretty much the highlight of my week this week. I am also a coach and a motivational speaker. Today I want to talk to you guys about travel because I know all of you are going to be hitting the road in some capacity. If you're not actually traveling somewhere by like long distance by car or by plane or train or horse, donkey, I don't know. Thanks, Sabrina. We're all going to have to deal with eating. Even if you're just running around doing errands, it's easy to get caught up with errands, all the stuff that you need to take care of and not actually eat right during this week. And what will end up happening is that you go all day without eating, and then you just start munching on all the cookies and all the chips and those beautiful, beautiful cheese platters and everything that is available during the season, which no one is short of. If anybody works in an office, which I'm sure the majority of you do, you know that this time of year people bring in everything that you have never wanted to eat. Isn't that true? We're talking brownies, cookies, cupcakes, brisket, bagels, cream cheese, anything that you possibly should probably not be eating on the regular, you are probably eating at least 3 to 5 times a day. I'm getting some hearts, so I think that's probably resonating with some people. So one thing that I always talk about in that kind of scenario with office is how to deal with food pushers. And those are the people that bring in, and you know that there's always like at least 2 people that bring stuff in that they don't want to eat themselves, but then they push it on everybody else. I'm not a big fan of food pushers, and I like to call them out, which I get a lot of flack for. Let me tell you, using the term food pushers has actually made a lot of people who watch me unfollow me because they get insulted. They're probably just recognizing that they're actually a food pusher themselves. So anyway, what to do? Number 1, no matter where you're traveling, how you're traveling, car, train, plane, drink water. And I know that a lot of people don't want to drink water when they're flying because they're worried that they're going to have to, they've got like the horrible middle seat and they're going to have to wake up the person next to them to step over them to go to the bathroom. Let me tell you, too bad. They decided to get the aisle seat. Oh well. Drink as much water. Yes, Italian grandmothers are the worst. Pretty much anyone who's an elderly, because you know what? You can't waste any food. Heaven forbid you waste any food that's on your dish. People have worked very hard. Meanwhile, we're such a consumer society that we pretty much throw everything away, which, what are you going to do? So drink as much water as possible. You're going to need to stay hydrated. As the weather starts to change, it's kind of weird. Up here in the Northeast, we're getting very balmy weather. Actually, there's flowers blooming in my yard, which is really kind of blowing my mind. But with this change in weather, like when you go from fall to winter, wherever you are, it causes dryness in the air. And so if you're not drinking enough water, you're going to feel extra dryness. But what's also going to happen is that when you go to have a cocktail at night, or you're going to go to eat for all these dinners that you're going to, because you're dehydrated, you're going to end up overeating, and you're definitely going to end up over drinking because you're like, man, I'm really thirsty. This champagne's great. And then next thing you know, you've had 3 glasses of champagne. And by that point, the glass of wine, the after dinner drink, all that starts to sound really fantastic, so that the next day you wake up with the terrible headache and hungover. So we want to avoid that. We also want to avoid that by over drinking that we overeat, because they pretty much go hand in hand. So a couple of things to keep in mind, that as you're running around and doing all these errands and you're at the airport, you're at the train station, people always ask me, okay, like what's the best snack to grab? And so most of us will want to reach for chips because it's easy and they're right there and they taste delicious. I mean, who doesn't love a Dorito? But what I recommend is to lead with protein. So go for jerky. I'd rather have you guys eat a protein bar than a bag of chips, because at least you're getting a little bit of the protein and fiber, which is going to help to fill you up, versus actually getting like popcorn or any type of chip that's super high in salt. Now the jerky is also high in salt. However, the protein is going to balance that out. And You know, when you travel, it's like pick the lesser of two evils. If you can get a salad, great. Oftentimes the salads just don't look good at all. They're pretty much iceberg, and they only are that white part in the spine, which is being French, that really is just insulting. Like, that's not salad to me, but that's another scope. So another recommendation would be is, again, pick the lesser of the evils, and you're not going to be able to be perfect when you're traveling, and so there's no reason to beat yourself up. If you are going to buy that bag of Doritos, enjoy the heck out of it. I mean, enjoy and cherish every single bite that you have, because if you are going to eat that stuff, you might as well really enjoy it. And then when you go to the holiday party, like for instance, this week I knew my mom and my sister are amazing chefs. Like, I'm very, very fortunate. And I don't do any of the cooking, but I do set up the table. That's because my design background, I'm a designer by trade. I get put in charge of decorating and making sure that the table and the cocktail table look fantastic. So, okay, the cheese platter. Give me a second. All right, so when you have you go for the holidays. Okay, this is what I'm doing this week. Whew, see, got a lot on my mind, people. Got a lot on my mind. Did not get much sleep last night, but hanging in there in the home stretch. So what I'd like to do is that I know that I'm going to compensate for this week. So for instance, I haven't been drinking alcohol, which I probably drink, a glass here or there throughout the week, maybe, at least once a week, maybe twice a week. But I have been for the past couple of weeks cutting back, knowing that on Christmas Eve and Christmas, I am definitely going to enjoy myself and enjoy my wine. So I'm trying to cut down the calories a little bit there, and also the sugar, and keep that out. And what I've been trying to do is lead with salads, eat salads with protein, and really concentrate on that, knowing that then I can go into Christmas Eve and Christmas and just enjoy everything. Whatever my mom and my sister made, I'm just going to enjoy. I'm not going to cut myself off and say, I can't have cheese, I can't do this, or I can't do that. I'm going to enjoy what I want. So those are my travel tips and my health tips for eating this week during the holiday week and for next week heading into the New Year's. I wish you all a fantastic and awesome day, safe travels, and a lot of health and love with your family.